my network, suppose here I am having some routers. Okay, now these routers are connected with some more routers. Over here also I am having some routers. Here also I am having some routers. Okay, and over here if you see, if I say over here I am running some different routing protocol. Okay, over here suppose I am running some routing protocol. You can say EIGRP. I'm running EIGRP over here. Okay. Now suppose my these this router is in area 0. This is in area 0. These routers are in area 1. These routers are in area 2. Okay, these routers are in area 3. Now what will happen? My these routers are low end routers. Okay, suppose these routers are low end routers. Okay, and I want that my these routers, what what will be happening in this scenario? My these E1 E2 routes, E1 E2 routes, whatever the external routes will be there, E1 E2 routes of EIGRP will be advertised on all the routers. The routes will be given to this router, and they will give to the downstream routers, all the routers. The routes will be advertised to the all the routers. Now what will happen? These routers will be having a large line of, you can say, large line of routing table. Okay, very large routing table. These routers will have very large line of routing table. So these are my low end routers. I don't want that these routers should have large number of routing table. Okay, but they should get the routes for this EIGRP. They should get the routes, external routes of EIGRP. Okay, so to overcome this thing, we used a concept known as stub. Now what we will do in stub, we will make an area as stub. Suppose I made area 1 as stub, and what I told that these all routers will have a default route information for EIGRP. Okay, so what I will say, only my ABR router, this is my ABR router, area border router. Area border router will have the routes, will have all the routes with for to reach the external E1 and E2 routes. It will be having all the E1 and E2 routes. And if these downstream routers in area 1 want to visit or want to go to this external routes, then they have to just go to the area border router. Okay, so with the concept of stub, I will configure a thing that I will give a default route from these downstream routers to ABR router. Whenever I want to go to any external route, I will just give a default route to the even to the ABR router. Now what will happen? I will only just have one default route configured on these routers. I will only have one default route. Okay, I will not have many lines of E1 and E2 routes. I will only have one default route in the routing table. And whenever I want to go to E1 and E2 route, that is EIGRP routes, then I will go to ABR, then ABR router will be having all the routes. He will take me to the EIGRP. Understood? So this is the concept of stub. This is the concept of stub. By using stub, we can reduce the routing table. What we can do, we can reduce the routing table. Understood? Stub. Okay. So what we will do, we will see some points. Reduces the size of routing table. Size of routing table. Then we can say OSPF stubs allows the routers in an area to use default routes for forwarding packets to ABR rather than more specific routes. So my all the routers in the stub area will be having a default route that will forward the packet to ABR. They will not have any other external routes. Okay, they will not have any other external routes. They will just have default route information. Okay, and the default route will forward the packet. The default route will forward the packet to the ABR. Then ABR will have the specific routes to each destination. Then ABR router will take to the external routes. Understood? So it reduces the memory consumption. It reduces the memory consumptions, reduces CPU utilization, okay, CPU utilization, or you can say CPU processing time on routers inside the area. So it will reduce the memory consumption, or you can say processing time CPU processing time on routers inside the area. So within the area, router don't have to go to the routing table, because the routing table is not very large. The table will be a small routing table. Understood? Got it? So the stub will reduce the size of routing table. Okay, OSPF stub allows the router in an area to use default route. Consumption, CPU processing time and routers inside the reduces the memory consumption, CPU processing time on routers inside the area. So now processing of the routers within the area will be very quick. Processing in the within the area for the router will be very quick. Now we will take the same example, okay, what we have seen in the previous lectures. Now what I will do, I will say my these all will be in area 10. Okay, and these loopback addresses and these will be area 0. Okay, and I will advertise this in EIGRP. I will advertise this as EIGRP. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to first advertise the area as per my diagram, then I have to configure EIGRP on this EIGRP, then I have to redistribute EIGRP inside OSPF. Okay, so I will get my all the routes on R1 for EIGRP. Now what I want, that this area 10 should only get the should not get all these routes of EIGRP. It should not see all these routes. So by default, it will have in R1's routing table, it will have all these routes advertised, okay, as E1 or E2 routes. But when we configure this area as stub area, then all these routes will be not there. We will be having just one default route that will go to the ABR router, and ABR router will be having, this is R3 is my ABR router. ABR router will be having all the routes to the 14 dot network. Understood? So this is the concept we will verify. Now we have something more, that which areas that cannot be used as a stub, you can say. Areas that cannot be used as a stub. Areas that cannot be used as a stub. So which all are the areas that cannot be used as a stub? The first one is area 0 cannot be a stub area. A stub area. Area 0 cannot be a stub area. Then see this area 0, I have configured it as area 0. So this area cannot be a stub area. This area cannot be a stub area. Then the next thing, next area with ASBR cannot be a stub area. Area with an ASBR cannot be a stub area. Suppose I will take an example, another example for this point. Suppose I am having multiple areas. Okay, these are my three areas. This is my area 1, this is my area 0, this is my area 2. And I have configured EIGRP over here. I've configured EIGRP over here. Okay, then my this area is having an ASBR router. This is not an area 0. So the first condition is fulfilled. This is not an area 0, but this router is having an ASBR router. So my second condition is also not getting fulfilled. So this router cannot be an this area cannot be an area 0. Sorry, a stub area. This area cannot be a stub area. Okay, understood? So my this area cannot be a stub area, so it will come to this area. Now this area is area 0. It is again, it will be not the stub area. Now it will come over here, and this area I can make as stub area. What will happen in stub area? Area will be not having all the E1 and E2 routes. It will be only having one default route, which will be forwarding the packets to the ABR router. It will be not having all the E1 and E2 routes, external routes. Okay, external routes. You can say LSA 5. LSA 5. It stops LSA 5. OSPF stops LSA 5. It stops LSA 5. LSA 5. What is LSA 5? External routes. Correct? External LSA. Whatever the information is advertised by the external routing protocol is known as LSA 5. So it will not have information about LSA 5. whatever whichever area we make as stub area, it will not have the information about E1 and E2 routes. Okay, so these are my two conditions. I am having one more condition. Virtual area, virtual area cannot be a stub area. Virtual area cannot be a stub area. So if we go in our previous concept of virtual areas, okay, so what we were having one router over here, one area over here, another area was over here, and one area was over here. So this was my area 0, this was my area suppose 1, this was my area 2. Okay, so I was having ABR routers over here between two areas, and my virtual links was connected between these two areas. So this is my virtual area. This is my virtual area which is connecting two different, which is connecting non-contiguous area to the area 0. So my virtual area also cannot be a stub area. Virtual area cannot be a stub area. Understood? Understood, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Now, virtual area cannot be a stub area. Area 0 cannot be a stub area. Area with ASBR cannot be a stub area. These three are the condition. These three areas cannot be a stub area. Rest all the areas we can configure as stub area. So whatever we have seen over here, let me give you the detail again. This all routers, this all interface you can say from here. This will be in area 10. Area 10. And these all will be in area 0. This all will be in area 0. And I will configure this loopback address as EIGR. I can configure any routing protocol. I will configure as EIGR. Okay, my loopbacks, these loopback addresses are also there inside this. Okay. So now what I will do, I will make the configurations on the routers. Start all the routers. I will take console. I will take console for all the routers. Okay. Now I will go on R1. I will check the configuration if I am having default configuration show IP interface free. I am having the default configurations. I have to configure the loopback show IP interface free. Here also on R2 I have to configure the loopback show IP interface brief. Here I am having the loopback addresses. On R4 also I will be having the loopback show IP interface brief. Okay. So on R1 and R2 I will configure the loopback addresses. Config terminal interface loopback 0 IP address 11.0.0.1 255.255.255.0 loopback interface loopback 1 IP address 1.1 interface loopback 2, IP address 2.1, interface loopback 3, IP address 3.1. Okay, I've configured the loopback addresses over here. I will go on R2 and I will configure on here also. Interface loopback 0, IP address 12.0.0.1, 255.255.255.0, interface loopback 1, IP address 1.1, interface loopback 2, IP address 2.1, interface loopback 3, I will say IP address 3.1. Okay, now I've configured all the loopback addresses on all the routers. Okay, now basic configuration is done. Now I will see if any protocol is running. No protocol is running on R1. Show IP protocol, same on R2. Show IP protocol. R3 also not running any protocol. Show IP protocol. No router is running any protocol. Just a second, guys. Okay, so now what I will do, I will configure as per my configure as per my you can say design config terminal. I will say router OSPF 1. How many network I am having? Network 1 dot network 0.255.255.255 area 10, correct? Then I'm having 10 dot network, and also I am having 11 dot network. Okay, in R2 I will go and I will say router OSPF 1. I will say network 1 dot network area 10. Then I'm having 20 dot network. I formed the adjacency. Okay, 11 dot network, 1 dot network, 20 dot network, and 12 dot network. 12 dot network. Okay, now if I go on R3, I will configure my 30 dot network in area. Sorry, I have forgot 2 dot network over here. I have forgotten 2 dot network. I will configure 2 dot network also over here. 2 dot network. Okay, now I will go on R3 and I will say config T. R3 is ABR router. Router OSPF 1. I will say network 2 dot network in area 10. Area 10. 30 dot network in area 10. I formed the adjacency. 30 dot network in area 10, and then 13 dot network of loopback in area 0, you can say 13 dot network in area 0, and also 3 dot network 3 dot network. Okay, now I will go on router 4. I will say interface, sorry, router OSPF 1. I will say network 3 dot network 3 dot network in area 0. Then my 40 dot network also in area 0. 40 dot network in area 0. Okay, that's it. Now what I will do, if I go on R1 and if I check show IP route OSPF, I am getting OIA routes. 12 dot network I am getting 13 dot network as OIA routes. 13 dot network as OIA routes. Okay, 3 dot network as OIA routes because it is connected to area 0. 40 dot network as OIA routes. Okay, now what I will do, I will go on R4, I will configure EIGRP router. So the router EIGRP 100, I will say network, I will put the 14 dot network. Okay, then what I will do, I will go in OSPF and I will say redistribute EIGRP 100 and subnets. Okay, I'm not using the metric values and all the things. I'm just giving the default scenario. Okay, so it will by default it will use what? By default it will use E2 routes. So if I go on R1 now and if I see show IP route OSPF, you can see I am getting E2 routes. I am getting E2 routes on my R1 router. Okay, and the E2 routes are four E2 routes I am getting of 14 dot network. I am getting of 14 dot network. Now what I want, I don't want this my E2 route should be there in my R1's routing table. If I go on R2 also, show IP route OSPF, yeah, I'm getting E2 routes on R2 also. Okay, so what I want, these are my routers in which I don't want that my E2 routes should come. Only I should get one default route. Only I should get one default route. That's it. I should not get the E2 routes. So what I can do over here, I can make this area as sub area. This area 10 as my sub area. I can make this area 10 as my sub area. So what will happen if I make this area 10 as sub area? So the configuration of sub area will be, if I want to make any area as sub area, I have to go on the every router of the within the area. On all the routers, I have to say area 10 stub. Only one command. I have to give only one command. Area 10 stub. That's it. This that area will become the stub area. After the area becomes the stub area, the ABR will be having all the informations about 14 dot network, but my R1 and R2 will be having just one default route. One default route. Okay, one default route. So let us see practically. Let us go in all the routers. My R1 is my router. So what I will do, I will go in my router OSPF1. Inside router OSPF1, I will say area. Which area? Area 10. See, I'm having specify a stub area. So what I will do, I will specify as stub. Area 10 stub. That's it. I will go in R2 also and I will say router OSPF1 and I will say area 10 stub. That's it. See, processing is down from full to down, then it will come up again. Then I will go on R3 also and I will say uh, router OSPF1. I will say area 10 stub. Area 10 stub. That's it. Just a second, guys. Ashwat bhai. काम बोलो ना, करूँ थोड़ी देर में करूँ। गूगल पे पकड़ दे इसका ना, ठीक है मैं करूँ थोड़ी देर में। Okay, now my net adjacency is up. Now if I go and verify on R1, if I go and say show IP route OSPF, see, I'm not getting my E1, E2 routes. Rather, I'm getting one external route, external default route. It is saying OIA, O star IA, O star IA. O star means OSPF default route of inter area, another area. I'm getting one default route. My E1, E2 routes are not there in my routing table. My E1, E2 routes are not there in my routing table. Understood? So whatever my LSA 5 packets were coming, whatever my LSA 5 packets were coming, they are not there in my this area. I will go on R2 also and I can check show IP OSPF, show IP route OSPF. I am just having one default route. I'm just having one default route. So what happened in this, my whatever the LSA 5 information was there, it was stopped, okay, at the border router only, at the border router only. So my these router will only have, this border router will give a default route information, that if you want to go to any external routes, any external routes that is running any external EIGRP or any routing protocol, then you have to come to me. You have to come to me. This router, this ABR router will give a default route to the downstream routers, and he will inform that if you want to go to any external routes, you have to come to me. This is the default route. See, you have to go to 2.2.2.2. And what is 2.2.2.2? If you go and verify, 2.2.2.2 is my R3's interface. This is my R3's interface. Understood? So if I go on R3, this is my ABR router. If I go over here and if I say show IP route OSPF, see over here I am getting my E1, E2 routes. Over here I am getting my E1, E2 routes. So my ABR will be having all the informations about the 14 dot network, but my other routers in within the area will not have any information in the routing table. They will just have one default route to reach the external route. See, if I want to reach from here, if I will ping 14.0.0.1, I can ping, I can reach 14 dot network. Okay, I can reach 14 dot network. If I trace route 14.0.0.1, see 1.2, 2.2, 3.2, okay, it is going via the same concept. It is using the same concept, but in the routing table, I am having just one default route. I'm not having the E1, E2 routes. I'm not having the E2 routes. I'm just having one default route, and that default route is saying that if you want to go to any external route, you have to go to the ABR router. You have to go to the ABR router. Understood? Stub concept. See, my routing table got reduced. My routing table got reduced from 4 line command. From 4 line output, I am just having one output. I am just having a single output. Understood?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the concept of stub. Now, if you see, we are not having LSA 5 information. We are not having LSA 5 information. LSA 5 information has been removed from the area, stub area. Now, if you see, we are having LSA 3 information. LSA 3 information is summary LSA. Summary LSA information. can see the summary LSA information. Summary LSA information is what? OIA routes. OIA routes. These are the summary LSA information. I can see the summary LSA information in my routing table. Okay. So if I want to remove this summary LSA information and I want for LSA 3 and LSA 5, for LSA 5 and LSA 3, I want a single default route. Okay, I want a single default route for these two. Then I will configure something known as totally stub. OSPF totally stub. What I will configure? I will configure something as totally stub. So the next concept is totally stub. The first one is stub, then it is totally stub. Okay, my you can say it stops LSA 3 and LSA 5. LSA 3 and LSA 5. Understood? It stops LSA 3 and LSA 5. Okay, so I have to give it on all the command is little bit different. The command is on stub area, that is area 10 in our scenario. In stub area on R1 and R2, on R1 and R2, the command will be same. The command will be same. The command will be what? I have to give, have to go inside the router OSPF and I have to give area 10 stub. The command will be same in the on both these routers, but on ABR router, that is R3 in our scenario, in R3 in our scenario, the command will be area 10 stub no summary. No summary. If I give this command no summary, then it will not send me the summary LSAs. It will not send me the summary LSAs also. Instead of summary LSA, I will be having one default route information. I will be having just one default route information. Understood? I will be only having one default route information. Okay. See, in stub, what we did, we blocked the LSA 5. You can write over here stops LSA 5. LSA 5, that is external LSA. External LSA. External routes, you can say. And OSPF totally stub, it is something you can say a higher version of stub in which you will stop the LSA 3 information also and LSA 5 information also. So LSA 3 information will be there in the ABR routers, but my internal routers R1 and R2, all the internal routers will not have the OIA routes. They will not have any other area routes. Any other area routes. Instead, they will be having only just one default route information.
Right.
Understood, guys? So I will use the same scenario. My these all routers are in area 10, 10. Okay. These are in area 0 and this is using EIGRP. Okay. So stub means stopping E2 and E1 and E2 routes, external routes, and totally stub means stopping these E1 and E2 routes also and also other area routes. So it means in area R1 and R2, I will be not getting this 13 dot routes or 40 dot routes. Now if I go and verify on R1 and R2, I will be getting all the routes. See on R1, if I go and give show IP OSPF route, I am getting 13 dot routes, OIA routes. Also, I am getting 40 dot route, 33 dot network. Okay, so once I will configure totally stuff, I will not get these routes, OIA routes. So my configuration on show run section OSPF, show run section. Okay, so here my area 10 stub is configured in router 2. Okay, so it is fine. I will not do any changes on area 2. I will go on area 1 and I will say show run pipe section OSPF. Over here also my area 10 stub is configured. Okay, I will go on R3. This is my ABR router. This is my ABR router and I will see show run pipe section OSPF. Over here also I am having area 10 stub, but what I will do, I will remove this area 10 stub configuration because uh, see, we cannot assume that it will override the command, but it is the best practice to remove this command. So I will remove this command. Okay, I have removed this command. Now the neighborship will be down. So what I will do, what command I have to give? I have to give area 10 stub and I have to say no summary. No summary. No summary. Area 10 stub, no summary. Do not send summary LSA into stub area. Do not send summary LSA into stub area. Okay, that's it. Okay. Now if I go and if I verify show IP route OSPF, see I'm getting E2, E1 and E2 routes only over here. I'm not getting OIA routes. So see, OIA routes will be not there for this router because this is the ABR router. I have to check over here. See over here, my OIA routes are been removed from the routing table. My OIA routes are removed from the routing table. Instead, for OIA routes for LSA 3 and LSA 5, I'm just having one single command, one single default route information that is saying that anywhere if you want to go, you have to go to 1.1.1.2 and it will take you to the ABR router. See, if I go over here and if I say show IP route OSPF on R2, see over here, I'm only having one default route information. I'm only having one default route information. Got it? My OIA route. So my routing table is now very small. Okay, previously I was having a large routing table with E2 routes, also OIA routes. I was having very large routing table. So this is something optimizing the OSPF. Okay, optimizing the OSPF. So we have optimized the OSPF. We have made the routing table small.
Okay, hold on. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, Daddy.
Okay, so I just want to find out, are you supposed to do a configuration at all to stop LSA 3, or you just remove the area stop and it
I have not removed any
limits
configuration.
the LSA 3? I don't.
See, I will be still able to communicate with the external routes. So what are my external routes? My external routes, if I ping from here, my external routes will be uh, this 13 dot network, or I can ping 40 dot network. I can check ping 40 dot network from my R2, ping 40.1.1.1. See, I am able to ping. It means I am having the routes information. Just what I have done, I have removed from here from my stub area. See, the stub concept was introduced to reduce the routing table information. Okay, so what
Yes.
I have done, I've just removed the
Yes.
all the routes, all the single routes. See, here we were having single routes for all the areas. One route for 3 dot network, one route for 40 dot network, one route
Yeah.
for 13.01, 02, 2.1, 3.1. We were having all different routes, single routes. For E2 also we were having single routes. So what I've done, I've removed this all single routes and have made all these single routes, OIA routes, as one route with E1 and E2, because whenever I want to go to any router or whenever I want to go outside my area, then I have to go to my ABR router, correct? ABR router will take me
Yes.
outside the network. Understood?
Okay, so hold on 1 minute. So yes, yes. But I just wanted to find out for the to remove the external routes that's a different IP protocol, you use the area stop.
Yes.
Now to remove the other area routes, what configuration did you use?
So the configuration that I've done is this. I will show you the configuration on R3. On R1 and R2, the configuration will be same. On R1 and R2, internal routers, the configuration will be same. On the area border router, I have to change the configuration.
Right.
On area border router, you have to say show run section OSPF. You have to give this command area 10 stub no summary. No summary means don't give me summary
Okay.
LSA in stub area. See,
All right. Okay. All right.
totally stub is the
Thanks.
combination of, you can say, it is stopping the totally stub is by default it is using stub. By default it will be using stub means it is stopping my LSA 5. LSA 5 means my E2 routes. It is stopping my E2 routes by default. Plus it is stopping my LSA 3 also. That is my OIA routes. So in stub, when we were using stub, it was just stopping these routes, E2 routes. But when we are using totally stub, then it will stop both the routes. Stub, it will use by default stub, and it
Okay.
will also stop LSA 3.
I
Understood,
have a
Ganesh?
question, sir.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, yes, yes. You can ask me.
Yeah, yeah. I always get confused like stub between EIGRP OSPF, but like I know stub normally means that you don't send hello packets, query packets, and all that thing is also there. I think that's in EIGRP. I don't know, but in this scenario for stub, so what happens in OSPF? What happens with the uh, like it is just the acknowledgement. What happens with the LSDB and like all that kind of stuff? Does that get affected, or it is just a reduction of the routing table
It is
and
just
the
for the routing table.
number of
Show
routes?
IP
Okay.
uh, neighbors. Show IP OSPF neighbors. Yeah, I'm getting 14 dot network as my neighbor. Over R1, if I go and I will say show IP OSPF neighbor, 12 dot network as my neighbor. Okay. And if I go and if I see show IP OSPF database, yeah, I'm getting 13 dot network, 12 dot network. And for link, summary link, area 10, I'm getting routes, link routes. You can say I'm giving a default route for all other area or external routes. Okay, so see, it will affect if routing table is getting affected, so the database table will also get some effects, but I will be only having one route. Okay, and I have to go where I have to go to this router 13.0.13.0.3.1. See, this is my 13.0.3.1. This is my AVR router. Okay, whenever I am checking the database of this, I will be getting these routes. I will be getting these routes because I have configured it in the area 10. See, I am getting 11 dot, 12 dot, and 13 dot routes. I am getting
So
these
so
11
so
dot routes.
so basically, like if anything changes, say suppose in 12 dot, if route some change in the topology, it will be sent across to all the DR, BDR, and all the routers in area 10 basically.
Yes,
It doesn't affect if it's stub or not. But like that is not in the case in EIGRP, right? Like
EIGRP stub is
when
very different.
yeah. Okay, that's why I
EIGRP
get
stub is
confused. That's why.
yeah. In OSPF, if see OSPF is we are configuring one OSPF, one autonomous system, and we are dividing that autonomous system into logical areas. Okay, this OSPF concept is very different. So that is the reason if you do anything on one table, then it will be getting affected on other tables also. Okay,
Okay.
so you can see over here now if I go and if I remove my configuration, this configuration, so I have to go inside the no. Okay, I've removed this configuration. Also, I will go and remove the stub configuration. No area stub. I will go over here and I will remove this configuration also over here. I'm removing all the configurations, the stub configurations. Router OSPF1, no area stub. Okay, I've removed all the configuration. If I give show IP route OSPF, I will be okay. Just give it some time. Is the OSPF removed? So it will take some time. Get the advertisements. See now, my database table over here. I'm still having some routes over here. Check show run section OSPF. Area stub is still there over here. I will go and I will say no area stub. I have removed the area stub. See my database table now. See my database table. How many routes I am having? See, it is showing me type 5. These are the external routes. These are your external routes. Okay, these are your summary ASBR link routes, ASBR routes. 14 dot is my ASBR routes. And it is showing me summary net links route, means area 10 routes. See, these are my area 10 routes. Okay, over here also, if I see show IP OSPF, show IP OSPF database. See, I can see multiple routes over here. I can see multiple routes over here. Understood? So, whenever you implement something that will reduce a table, that will reduce a routing particular table, then other table will be also get affected. Understood? So I will again configure the stub area. I will go in the router OSPF. I will say area. I will configure totally stub area 10 stub. Okay. I will go on R1 also and I will say config terminal router OSPF 1, and I will say area 10 stub. Okay, then I will go on R3 and I will say the command over here is area 10 stub no summary. Okay, then go to R1 and check R2, go and check the routing table. So IP route OSPF. I'm only getting one default route information. Understood? Understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, uh, now we can see the next thing. We have seen stub, totally stub. Now the next one is OSPF not so stubby area. Not so stubby area. You can say NSSA. NSSA, not so stubby area. Not so stubby area. Okay. What is this not so stubby area? See, whatever rules we were having in ASB in stub, these rules will be broken by this NSSA. See what rules we were having. Area with ASBR cannot be a stub area. Okay, area with ASBR cannot be a stub area. Now, in this NSSA, we can have the ASBR area also as a stub area. If you are using NSSA, you can have area. NSSA means if you are using NSSA, then the area which is having ASBR means external routes are there. That area can be a stub area. So I will give you one example. First, we will see the theory part. NSSA break stub area rules. NSSA breaks stub area rules. Okay. ASBR is allowed in NSSA. ASBR is allowed in NSSA. Okay. Special LSA type 7. I told you we will study LSA 7 when we'll be studying. So LSA 7 is something NSSA. NSSA LSA. Type 7 is LSSA. Okay, so NSSA LSA type 7 to LSA type 5. What it will do? Sorry. Type 7 LSA is defined sent by ASBR. Okay, sent by special LSA type 7 is defined and it is sent by ASBR router. ABR converts LSA type 7 to LSA type 5. What is my type 5? External routes. My type 5s are external routes. Okay, so ABR will convert my LSA type 5 into type 7 into type 5. See, What will be the condition now? Suppose I will take the last example only. Suppose I am having some areas that are connected with each other. Okay, I am having area border routers over here. This is my ABR. ABR. This is also my ABR. Okay, these are my ABR routers. Then this is my area 10. This is my area 0. This is my area 20. Okay, now I have connected my EIGRP over here. I'm running EIGRP over here. Okay, then what I told you, a router with ASBR router cannot be a stub area. Okay, so in this scenario, if suppose I'm having, suppose this is my ASBR router, so I didn't made this area as my stub area. Okay, what I did, my routes came from here of EIGRP and it came from here and it got advertised over here. Okay, in area 10. Now what will happen if suppose I am running a routing protocol over here? Suppose I am running RIP over here. I am running RIP over here. Now which router I can make the stub, which area I can make the stub area, because both us are having my ASBR router and I cannot make my area 0 as my stub area. So in this condition, what I can use NSSA. NSSA. So in this, I will be having a router over here, the ASBR router. Okay. So what I can do, I can make this as my stub area. This as my stub area. I will make this as my stub area. So when I will make this my stub area, then this router will ASBR router will send an NSSA LSA. You can say LSA 7. It will send an LSA 7. LSA 7. And NSA 7 will be received by this ABR router. Now ABR router, what this ABR router will do, it will convert this LSA 7 into LSA 5. LSA 5, and it will advertised in all other areas. It will convert this LSA 7 in LSA 5 in summary LSA, sorry, in external LSA. It will say these are the external routes. These are the external routes. Understood? Getting me? Guys, getting me or not? Okay.
Yes, sir. Can you repeat it again?
So what I said, I am having different areas. Okay, they are connected with each other like our previous scenarios. We are having ABR routers. These are our ABR routers. ABR routers. Okay, this is my area 10. This is my area 0. This is my area 20. Here I was running EIGRP. Here I was running EIGRP. Now when I configured stub, then what it did, it configured a default route. What it did, it configured a default route for stub area routers, and it gave a default route to the stub area. It was there in the ABR router. Okay, so now suppose if I'm running another routing protocol over here, I'm running RIP over here. Okay, I'm running RIP over here. RIP. Now what I can do now, I am having a ASBR router over here also, an ASBR router over here also. Now what I can do, I cannot make this area as my area stub area. So in this situation, I will use NSSA. NSSA. And NSSA, what NSSA will do? NSSA will say that I will send you LSA 7 routes. I will send you LSA 7 routes. Okay. Now LSA 7 routes will be received by this ABR router. So what it will do? It will convert this LSA 7 information into LSA 5 external route information, and it will advertise to all the area routers, because for this area it is for this area 10, these routes are LSA 7, and for other areas these are some external routes that are coming from external routes. So it will be having only one default route information. It will be having only one default route information for all the external routes, for all the external routes. Understood? Understood now? See, when I will be doing practical, you will be getting it more. Okay. So let me write some more points. ABR converts LSA type 7 to LSA type 5. Then I can say ABR sends default route information, default route into NSSA instead of external routes. So it will not give all other area routers, it will not give the external route information, it will give only one default route information from other ASBR. Okay, so we will see the practical of this. What we will do, we will go in GNS3. Now what I will do, I will make this as RIP. I will remove it from the OSPF and I will make it as RIP. Okay, so I will go on R1 and I will say show run. Okay, so I will say 11.network. To remove this network from OSPF, I will say no network 11.network. Okay, I've removed 11.network from OSPF. I can verify I'm not having 11.network, I'm only having 10 and 1.network. Now what I will do, I will go on the config terminal, I will say router RIP version 2, no auto summary. Then I will say network 11.0.0.0. Okay, show run section RIP. I'm getting 11.network advertised. Now if I see show IP route, I've configured the stub, I'm getting these routes. Okay, 11.network is directly connected. Now if I go on R2 and if I see show IP route, see nowhere I'm getting the 11.network. I'm not getting the 11.network. What I will do, I will redistribute the 11.network. I will redistribute RIP into OSPF. So I have to say router OSPF1 redistribute RIP subnets. I've redistributed the subnet. Now I will go on router 2 and I will say show IP route. Still I am not getting the 11.network. I have redistributed, still I am not getting the 11.network. What is the reason? The reason is the router having ASBR router will not forward the information to any other router. this ASBR router will not forward the 11 dot network other routes, external routes. If you configure stub as this, if this area as stub, this router as stub router, then it will not forward any external route information to any other router. You can go and check on all the routers. You can go and check on R3 also. If I give show IP route, yeah, I'm not getting 11 dot network. Rest all the networks I'm getting. I'm getting 12 dot, 13 dot, 14 dot as my EO E2 routes. Okay, I'm not getting 11 dot network anywhere. Okay, so what I have to do on R1 and R2 on internal routers, I have to give the command. First, I will remove the show run section OSPF. I will remove this command. Okay, I will remove this command. I will say no area stub 10. I've removed this command. On R2 also I will remove this command. Do show run 5 section OSPF. We'll go over here and I will say router OSPF 1 no area. Okay, and I will go on R3 also and I will remove the command this no summary command. No summary command. I will remove this no summary command. I will say config terminal router OSPF 1. I will say no this thing. Okay, I can verify show run. I'm not having any commands. If I go over here, I can see all the routes. Show run to IP route. I can see all the routes over here on R1. It will take some time to get updated. I am getting E2 routes over here, 11 dot network. Okay, on R2 I am getting E2 routes as 11 dot network, and on R1 if I check show IP route, I am not getting the 14 dot network now. I am not getting the 14 dot network now. So what I have to do? I have to make it NSSA. Once I make it NSSA, so what command I have to give on R1 and R2? I have to go on config terminal and I have to say router OSPF. I have to say area 10 NSSA. Area 10 NSSA. I have to go on R2 also and I have to give the same command. To say area 10 NSSA. Area 10 NSSA. And on ABR router, that is my R3, I have to say one command, that is area 10 NSSA, and I have to say one command. You can see default information originate. Originate type 7 default into NSSA area. Type 7 default into NSSA area. So what I will do, I will give default information originate. Area 10, give me the default route for my type 7 NSSA. Area is configured as stub area already. Router OSPF 1, no, remove, show run 5 section. Now it is removed. I'll go and say the command again. See, now it is configured. If I go and check show run pipe section area NSSA default originate. See, now the neighborship is coming up. Now if I go on R1 and if I check show IP route, see I am getting ON2 routes, ON2 routes, ON2 routes. What are these my ON2 routes? These are my EIGRP routes. These are for my EIGRP routes. Okay, 11.network is my directly connected. I will go on R2 and I will give show IP route. See, I am getting my N2 routes over here now. I am getting my N2 routes. N2 routes means N2 route means what do you mean by N2 routes? NSSA routes. These are my NSSA routes and these are my O star N2 means my default route for the stub area. Sorry, for the EIGRP. These are my EIGRP routes. If I go on R3 and if I give show IP route, over here I am also getting N2 routes, E2 routes because E2 routes are my connected routes. On R4 if I go and if I check show IP route, I will be getting my 11.networks as my E2 routes. E2 route means LSA5 as my LSA5. What I told you, if it goes into other area, it will show you as the LSA5 routes. If I go and if I say show IP route OSPF, see E2 routes. These are my E2 routes. 11.network as my E2 routes. In other area, it is showing me E2 routes. Understood? Got it? Understood or not? See, this is showing me as my LSA5 routes. LSA5 routes over here, if you can see. And if I go on R3, it is showing me as N2 routes. N2 routes, 11.network, because my R3 is also there in my area 10. My R3 is also there in my area 10. So it will give me as N2 routes. N2 routes are my something LSA 7 routes. LSA 7 routes. Now this LSA 7 will be converted by this ABR router into E2 routes and it will be advertised to another areas. Understood?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
So for the area border router, we have to always give the default in
Yes,
that
if you don't
command,
give the
right?
default
If
route
we want
information,
that LSA7 to, Mhm.
yeah, you can complete. Sorry.
No, if we don't give, that was what the question was. Anyway, if we don't give, then what?
Okay.
And just configure it as an NSSA, like normal,
Okay.
not so Stabira.
Router OSPF, I will say no router, no area, NSSA default information. I will check the configuration. Okay.
And just
It is,
configure it as a, yeah,
it will
regular.
automatically take as area 10 NSSA.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Now I will go on my R1 and I will say to IP route. See, R1 is my ABR router. It is getting the NSSA, it is getting the external routes because it is in the
Mm-hmm.
same area. This router is
Correct.
directly connected. It will get the external LSA routes.
Okay, correct.
Okay.
What happens on R4? Yeah.
Yes. What happens on R4 now? I am getting the E2 routes over here, but if you see on R2, I am not getting the default route. If you remember, I was getting a default route information on R2. This. I'm not getting the default route information now. On R1 also, I'm not getting the default route information. I'm getting the default route information over here. It should not come. See, I'm not getting the default route information, how to reach my 14 dot network now. I'm not getting the
Can
14
I
dot
look
network.
at the topology? Sorry, I've missed. I'm forgotten the topology. Yeah.
See, this is my EIGRP. I'm not getting these 14 dot routes now.
Okay. If we don't
I'm
do, yeah.
yes,
Okay.
over here I'm not getting the 14 dot routes.
Because on R3 we did not do the LSA
Yes,
7 to
because
LSA 5
this is
conversion. Okay.
not converting the default route information. This is not converting the
Okay.
default route information. Okay, so if I go on R2 and if I try to ping my 14.0.0.1, I will be not able to ping the 14 dot network.
For
Like
one, you
one,
put 140.
just a second. I'll be not able to ping the 14 dot network because I am not having any routes for 14 dot network over here. Understood?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? Any doubt?
So ABR we have to always do that default originate
Yes.
basically.
If you are running two things, if you are running on both the sides, you have to give, because if you, in our example, we are running two routing protocols on both the sides. Okay. Understood? So in ABR, you have to go and you have to say default information originate. Okay. Now,
Yeah, like in production also it will be like this only. So yeah.
so now we have seen NSSA. Now the next one is, the next and the last one is OSPF totally NSSA. Totally NSSA. Totally NSSA. Okay. Just a second. I have misconfigured something, I think so. So IP route. Yeah, I'm getting the default route information over here. Okay, but I think so I will be not, I can reach 14 dot network over here. Okay. Now, you got the difference between the default or default information originate, and if we don't give default information originate, what will be the difference? Now, what we have studied in totally stub. See, now we have made a default route for this external routes. Now, what about these routes? Other area routes. What about these other area routes? What about these routes? I'm still getting these other area routes. 13 dot routes. What about these routes? So see, this is NSSA, totally NSSA. What it will do, it is working as totally stub. What is totally stub? What is totally stub? It stops LSA 3 and LSA 5. Stop LSA 3 means summary LSA, plus it will allow external routes. It will allow external routes. Okay. Now we will go to the configuration. We will directly go to the configuration. What we will do on R1 and R2, the configuration will be same. in areas, the configuration will be same. In this R1 and R2, the configuration will be same. On my ABR router, I will give one more command. Okay, so the commands over here will be same. So show run pipe section OSPF. The commands will be same over here. Show run pipe section OSPF. Area 10 NSSA. I have to give this same command on R1 and R2. And R3, I will remove that command first. Do show. I will be getting it over here only. So I will remove this command. I have to give one command over here. Area 10 NSSA, no summary. Would have to give no summary. I have to give this command. Now if I come on R2 and if I say show IP route OSPF, see my OIA routes are being removed. I'm just getting one default route. If I try to ping 14.network, I am reachable. I can reach my 14.network. What is removed from here? My OIA routes are removed and they are made just one single route. One single route. Understood? I can go on R1 and I can verify show IP route OSPF. See, I'm just having one single route. My OIA routes are removed and they are made as one single route as O star O default route IA. And if I ping from here 14.network, I will be, sorry, 4, I have given 4. I will be able to ping. I can reach from 11.network if I give the source ping, source 11.0.0.1. See, I am able to ping from 11.0.0.1 from RIP to EIGRP. I can ping from RIP to EIGRP via OSPF. And I am only having one default route information in my routers. And if I go and see over here, show IP route OSPF, it will be having the OE2 routes, also the ON2 routes. Understood? Understood what is totally NSSA? Totally NSSA is working as totally stub. It is working as totally stub. Means it will give as it will not give me the LSA3 information, but it will allow the external routes also. But it will allow the external routes also. Understood? Any doubt? Arjun, Tushar, Dade, Hari? Any doubt, guys? Okay, so this is something stub. This is the concept of stub. Okay. So we will stop over here for today. Okay, we will meet tomorrow at the same time. Okay, guys.
Okay.